Yeah, and that does, worth mentioning. Those two were playing for a flight, so now both of them are going to be flown out, as in both being Bobby and
Oh,
Zuppy.
right. In my head, it was whoever wins Grands. No, we're getting 2 players out, so that means that Zuppy will be in New York next week. Or 2 weeks? Next week. When is it? I need to look at a calendar. I have too many screens in front of me to not just pull this up. It is definitely in 2 weeks.
That'll be sick. So, yeah, very, very, very generous and exciting stuff. I'm really looking forward to that event.
Let's shout out something for that event though, because Brandon and Beast Coast and everybody's putting on this amazing Redemption Rumble, the Invitational with 2 people being flown out from both East Coast and West Coast. West Coast is tomorrow's last chance qualifier, but they are taking donations to make sure that we can make this thing run. You can, I believe, ! Donation, but you'll be able to find that definitely in the chat. And so donations to that will go to making sure the event happens, and then also to helping pay out VGVCs so that they're not eating too much damage from the Smash World Tour cancellation.
Yeah, that honestly, and I mean this in the most respectful way, being a TO is like a crazy thing, man. You are just like
you start running video game tournaments when you're in college because you think it's cool, and then suddenly you're trying to run out giant convention centers, and then Nintendo shuts it down.
Yeah, like it. It's, I don't know. There's just like, whenever I talk to a TO, it like of any major scale, they just always fling around like 5 and 6 figure numbers that they're like waiting to receive, or just paying out like, oh, I owe like 100K to this person, and you're like, like,
dude, just getting not the venue, just internet at some of these large venues costs like 20 to 40K.
Yeah.
I think it was like Combo Breaker one year, which isn't, or it has Smash, but it's not it's more of a just general FGC, was like 40 or 50K for just internet, not for the venue, just to stream it.
This is something a video I wanted to do a while back, which was just like asking TOs like how much on average does their event cost, because I think the Smash community has no perspective for people who aren't like in the know. We got a match going on, Zuppy versus Bobby. Should be a fun one. I always like watching Bobby's Falco, even if sometimes I question it a little, but you always get at least one crazy clip, and I really look for it.
I mean, I feel the same way about Zuppy. So, Zuppy, what was that?
Dude.
Jab, turnaround, jab, up smash? I need to like see that again on replay.
I'm watching it as well.
Could not comprehend everything that just happened there. And then just misses the side beat of ledge. Ledge was not being covered, just doesn't hit it.
I mean, this is a thing. This is like the Bobby special, right? It's just like, like always, always getting a clip, like always. Yeah, it was like a single hit up air jab into like what looked like a pivot up smash. So you don't see that very often, and you don't see that very often. So we get the homie stock anyway. This has already been quite a crazy game.
This likely feels like the victory lap to them too, because this isn't fighting to see who makes it. They both know they're going now. And so this went from being a like super tense to like, I could win, I could get second. Obviously you want to win, but you made it. You got the flight. You're going on vacation in 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
You're going to a big invitational.
Oh, damn. Zuppy just kind of cleaning up at the end there. Taking the first game. I suspect we'll see something like maybe Stadium or just Battlefield. So many options depending on what kind of player you are.
So this is a matchup it's not as defined as a lot of the other ones. It could go a lot of different ways. Like you said, Battlefield feels very natural, though.
What are your thoughts on Battlefield? Do you like going to Battlefield?
Depends on the character I'm fighting. I end up here a lot as a neutral start versus these two, but that's because I usually am banning smaller ones. I also play Ice Climbers, though, which means like I am a lot of what my bans are based on like I need to make sure I can manage Nana and that she doesn't just randomly SD because of the stage.
Yeah, that's definitely a you problem.
Yeah, no, I didn't say my thing is a very different philosophy on stage bans because of that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of those things that we should talk about one day, just so I can kind of peer into the minds of the icy
If someone who plays puppet characters in like 4 different games, because for some reason I have a problem.
I mean, problem on one hand, or maybe like crazy answer to like the problem of having fun, I guess. But like the edge cancel from Bobby, just keeping it kind of quiet. Waiting to see exactly what Zuppy does and demonstrating just how crazy the disjoint is on Dare.
There's a lot of situations that they're getting into that I think for most other players would be like, ah, yeah, time to scrap. And for them, they are so well versed in like, okay, this is what happens when like this move connects in this weird way, that it's not a scrap. They are moving from one move to the next so quickly that you know it's all intentional.
Yeah, this is a thing actually that when I think of a concept that I want to stress and teach to newer players, it's the idea of moving from situation to situation to situation to situation, and how beginner players will often think of like one situation, like let's say like I grab your shield and they spot dodge, so I guess I lost that. And they're not very good at going like, hey, a new situation has just started. And then like, maybe they even understand that. Like they go, oh, I spot dodged, so then I went for an up smash. And then the person like does a jump and it's like, hey, now a new situation has happened. Like they can't understand these sequences. And players like Bobby, players like Zuppy are very, very, very good at that. They understand like not just the level 1 part of the mix-up or level 2 or 3, but like the 4th kind of outcome. And it's actually very, very, very difficult to be able to do that. You have to have a very deep understanding of the game. Ooh, good shine pressure.
Yeah, ooh, just immediately counter shines back out of it.
Yeah, catching him in the air, unfortunately able to get kind of the action. Once again, the turnaround down smash. I gotta like go into 20XX and just like look at the...
Figure out why we're going for turnaround instead of regular down smash? Yeah. I would love to hear a little bit more about that.
It has to be like what I'm saying, right? Oh, look at the edge cancel back air again. What a beautiful punish from Bobby. Even getting a little bit of laser chip damage when there was nothing else available. Phantom Shine, he doesn't even care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, where for a lot of things it feels like scrap. Where Bobby got that Phantom Shine, it immediately was like, oh, I know how to keep this going.
By the way,
Phantom Shine, no worries, we're fine.
Zuppy flew the other direction with the up B, and some people might have looked at that and been like, oh, Zuppy just gave up. That's definitely a box thing. That was like a, oops, I hit left instead of right when I was hitting my modifiers. So that's my theory on it. Like, went for a crazy angle and then just went the wrong direction, which is something you would never ever do on a controller, right?
I play at a box and I thought he just gave up. So
I don't think so. I don't think he would just like not go for the recovery there. Mm-hmm. But this is one of those moments where it's like, hey guys, I have some deep insight, and then the player's like, no, I just gave up. Like, ooh.
One of my favorite moments like that was seeing two people, and like between sets, one of their friends comes up and like starts whispering in their ear, and the commentators talk for like 20 minutes after that about like, oh, that they turned it around totally after that. Like, I wonder what the advice was, and the advice was like, yo, where are we going to dinner after this?
Yeah.
Like, it was just and the coach was like, I did that on purpose. I just needed him to start relaxing and stop getting super into his head about the game.
So, we have Contra in the chat, and this is also a good read. I wouldn't say I'm 100% sure, but I think this is also like a good read on Bobby specifically, which is, I'm 100%, this is Contra talking, I'm 100% sure Zuppy went the other way to avoid the Bobby suicide dare as a last minute gambit to try and cheese and win. That
honestly, could totally see that too.
Yeah, I think that also is like the one that gives Zuppy the most credit, so it's the one we're going to go for. Zuppy did not make a mistake. It was not giving up. It was just a 5-head, big brain, absolutely.
Bobby's going to go for the suicide dare. I better still SD, but he'll die first. Yeah. All right, last stock, one apiece. Oh, Bobby kind of puts himself in the corner. Being in the corner versus Fox is so scary. All right, now we're mid-stage. We're not as worried anymore. But, you know, 66%.
Yeah, any kind of hit you get, often going to knock off stage or into a tumble like that. Up smash.
Not going to kill yet.
but still setting
you
up
got
a
an
really
edge
good
guard.
edge guard.
Oh, misses, and I think is going to die for this as long as Bobby hits it. Does not get a kill quite yet. I think every part of Bobby wanted a down air there, but actually really smart to just back air, push off stage, force the edge guard. Bobby takes one more game.
Yeah, that was impressive. And notice again, Bobby really respecting the SDI on the down air. Makes sense against a box player in particular. I think you just kind of want to anticipate them having very, very good SDI. Like the punish so far from Zuppy, going for the dash attack and just barely not getting that. Who does a reverse forward air there? Who? No one else but Bobby. I've said this before, actually, when commentating Bobby. Bobby is the single best player in the world with using the move forward air. I'm quite confident that this is the case. Every
I could
player
see that argument, yeah.
Like for a long time,
thought about that.
Yeah, he's like one of the only Falcos that uses it that way. A good comparison that I can think of is like how Hacks used to be really well known for using Fox Nair. There's certain players like kind of come to be defined by a move, and it's not like Bobby only uses Fair or something like that, but it's just like he seems to know how to use it in a really unique way. Look at these down airs.
Yeah. Every once in a while you get caught in this Falco down air blender, and it's like everywhere I DI, does not matter what is going on.
Best move in the game, man. That is, I firmly believe down air is the best move in the entire game.
I think you're very wrong, but that's okay. I think it's a very good move. Don't get me wrong.
I think it depends on how you define it. I'm not talking about like if you just like within Falco's kit. Like I think
okay. That's a little bit of a different thing.
I think if you like, sorry, like as in like you can't take the down air and put it on someone else. It's just like evaluating it as is. Because otherwise, if we're just talking like you could give one character a move, what move would you give? It's obviously
everybody gets shine.
No, everyone wants rest. The rest, trust me, rest is better. Like if Falco could just be like down air, rest, up tilt, rest. Like that's just like, please God, no. You know, like shine, rest. Like so, rest is definitely the move that if you could just randomly give someone a one-frame move that kills, it would be pretty great. But not as great as this.
As we were talking about that, this is back to even. We've got halftime on the board.
Think about how many times Zuppy has
shine
a combo in his room.
Just super hard call out on that. I think. Oh, I thought that was immediately going to be a back to Zuppy, but okay. Zuppy just takes that.
I love the read from Zuppy, like recognizing. Sorry about the mic. That situation was going to play out that way, quickly getting the shine. A really, really, really good play from Zuppy, and giving him a chance at the reset.
Yeah, game 5. Bobby is in winners. Where I said before, like we were seeing homies docs and they were doing a little bit more like, oh, I want to see if I can make this happen. Because it was like, oh yeah, we both made it. We both got the invitation. Like it's a victory lap. And now I think it's like, oh, but we do still want to win, don't we?
Yeah. I was going to say, like, are we going to see the patented Bobby Scar Jump laser edge guard stuff? But
no.
Not yet. I mean,
Not yet. We want to win the tournament first.
It is not optimal, but there's times where it's not bad, if that makes sense. Like, it's probably always better to just not go for it, but there are absolutely times where it is not bad. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, I think that's the nature of, I mean, one, fighting games, but specifically Smash, is that even the worst move in the game has some random time where you're like, I could use this. It might not be the best thing, but if it's a mix-up the person's not ready for, it doesn't matter.
Well, it's one of those edge guard options where, like, you can basically cover everything, but probably when you already could cover everything, if that makes sense. So, you know, like, it's adding extra steps. But the extra steps...
We're back to even again for, like, the 4th game in a row. We've got 2 apiece. This has been so back and forth.
These two are pretty well matched.
Oh, the forward tilt? Yeah, Zuppy's been doing that, the rising up air to get back onto the stage quite a bit, actually.
Bobby
just be like, all right, I've cleared a path. I can land now. As Fox is just suddenly up airing you from below the ledge.
Yeah,
Randall's in play. What's going to happen?
Oh my god, the burn. actually mattering so much and then not mattering
And
at
then
all.
immediately,
Yeah.
the burn mattered a lot, and then suddenly did not matter. Zuppy needs 2 stocks now if we want any shot at a reset.
Such a clean shot of the shield from Bobby. And
Oh, that might be the. Never mind. Okay, cool. I thought we were gonna see just like I have gotten you way off stage, and I'm just gonna go for an easy edge guard. But Bobby being Bobby, we can't do that quite yet.
yeah, we have to get as many clips as possible because it really does feel like to Bobby, even though he clearly cares about winning, the most important thing is looking cool. Like by far, it seems.
There's that up air again. I keep talking about it.
It has been very
stock may have
powerful.
happened because of it.
Oh,
Bobby
that's big.
has
Let me go
something
for
to
a back
say.
air. Oh my god, I think that might have been the big mistake, but it does not matter. Gets a second back air and closes out the tournament in first place. Good stuff to Bobby. Damn.
Great stuff to Bobby. Also great stuff to Zuppy. We will see both of you guys in New York. And by we, I mean Brandon.
Firmly not
Super
us.
crazy set. Yeah. I can't make it to New York on such a short notice, but I'm really glad we're doing it for everybody.
Yeah, I think it should be fun. I think it's always good to fly out talent that is clearly very talented, but maybe not in that top 10 conversation. You know, so
Oh, right. Yeah.
like so getting someone like a Zuppy or a Bobby is like, hey, you know, they could have like a really, really good performance. You know, Sunsei, we kind of been talking about a bit on the broadcast, is like a really good modern example where like, hey, if Sunsei goes to something, he might just beat
Could
left.
just pop off.
You know?
Yeah.
Like it's like things can just all of a sudden happen and suddenly it's you just get to see something insane. So that's really exciting and GG's to both of them.
Mm-hmm. I just based on how back and forth that was, I'm surprised we didn't see a reset, but Bobby closes it out. Sounds
Perfect.
good.
Okay, yeah, so with that, that will be the end of our block. Again, congratulations to Bobby and Zuppy for getting the flight. Wisely, it's been a great block. I do think this is our first block.
I think it is. I couldn't remember. I felt like it either had to be something online, but I don't think we did. So, and I don't think we did it at BOBC. So great to get a block together. I do want to give one last shout out for !donate so that we can help fund some of this bracket. We can help fund some of the redemption tournament and also help out VGBC and help out the Smash World Tour. So. Not going to sign out until I mention that one, but with that, I've had a great time. I hope you have as well.
Yeah, I have, and I can see that we have a quick WAF rant coming up, so I'm going to tune into that. You guys are about to get something special, it sounds like, so thank you again to Brandon for having us. Thank you guys for watching, and, you know, we'll see you guys next time.
Yo, I think you guys can hear me. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate everything. Everybody watching, everybody that competed today. Congratulations to Bobby and Zuppy. Talk to you guys soon. That Zuppy Panda set was kind of wild. But yeah, man. I just wanted to keep it brief to let y'all know we're gonna be back here again tomorrow. The tournament will start. I guess the stream will probably be up around, I don't know, 8 p.m. Pacific time. So, you know, shout out to BTS for letting us use the stream. Jade, Connor, Billet, Trey, Radar, Wisely, everybody that helped today. I appreciate it. I don't want to be too long-winded. I just want to let y'all know that what was I gonna say? Now I forgot. Oh yeah, that tomorrow we're streaming on this channel, and then really really soon I will come out with the list of the players who are going. So yeah, we might do that tomorrow too. Tomorrow or Saturday, I don't know. But regardless, again, it's all love and everybody that was involved. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get on up out of here, but we're gonna host Zuppy because Zuppy was streaming unless I think he turned his stream off. Okay, well, that's tough. Well, who can we host, guys? I'll host Aklo. I think Aklo it will be there. So Aklo's always fun to watch. But yeah, man. Again, I appreciate you guys, and we'll be back tomorrow. Tournament starts at 6 p.m. Pacific, but we're only streaming top 8, so we'll be live. I want to say around 8 p.m. ish. So if you don't got nothing to do on a Friday or you want to watch the stream, stay tuned. Much love, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Peace.